now both players are raring to go for game 1 of this Season 28 Division 1A match. Scuti, Knight, best of luck. Count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! And a Z and an S to start things off. And the colors not really vibing on Knight's end here, but it's okay. As long as we can read the score and everything else, it doesn't matter what color the pieces are. As long as the shape makes sense, I suppose, but it's all good. Yeah, looks like score is fine. Nice Vits there from Scuti. Gets another Tetris down. What's with Scuti's hair? I guess he's just trying out a new hairdo. No level 19. I mean, neither of the players explicitly said they wanted to do 19. Neither of the players explicitly said anything. So, who knows? Reinventing. Yeah, the Scuti kind of spiky-ish hair arc, you're not ready for it. The entire community is not ready. I mean, so far, they're not ready for it. Scuti hasn't dropped a game yet in 3 matches. Thought it was rhubarb on the left for a frame. Yeah, exactly. It gives, like, it does make him faster because, you know, the aerodynamics improve. Because, like, the hair is pointing back, it's sort of more kind of straight. Like, think of the Concorde. Think of the Concorde. It's more kind of, like, narrow and streamlined, so he can get pieces around faster. Because that's how it works. 205 for Scuti, 186 for Knight, gap of 19,000 points. He's in his punk arc. I mean, you have all these Tetris players, they make music and everything. I think if Scuti's gonna do it, he's just gonna become a punk artist, I guess, with that hair. Or maybe, you know, he'll just make some, like, classical piano. I don't know. He'll need it for faster yeah, exactly. He'll need it for faster masters. Knight is doing a bit of cleanup here, but she is getting through it pretty well. Gets the well open, bar over. Tetris for Knight. And Tetris for Scuti. Bro's gonna spike his hair like Sonic to play on level 39 super kill screen at CTWC. I mean, who knows? By the time we get to CTWC, level 39 might just be like what level... Someone might figure something out. 39 could just be the new 29. For all we know, in like 4 months. 4 months is a long time in Classic Tetris. Sometimes 5 minutes is a long time in Classic Tetris at this point. Tetris for Knight. And Scuti puts the bar down in column 9. Tetris ready, gets the bar over. Tetris for Scuti. Go bald for best aerodynamics. I mean, Cole, wouldn't that mean that you're self-admitting that your aerodynamics in Tetris are bad? Unless, since the last time I restreamed you've gone completely bald, and I just do not know this information. If I do not know this information, then I apologize. Nice Vits, Scuti. They're worse than a bald person. Have you seen Sam Finch? Not recently, but I get what you're saying. $443 Scuti, $384 for Knight. Knight has the well covered here, but with a few burns, she should be able to get this dog out. But it will allow Scuti to try and build out this lead further. 90% Tetris rate for Scuti here, 466 on line 89. Another Tetris for Scuti. Knight gets the bar over into column 1 there. And is looking for something to put down in column 6 there. We'll put a J, but that will create a couple more holes. Now going for a dirty Tetris, and she'll get it. Dirty Tetris for Knight there. Tetris for Scuti, leading by about 5 Tetrises here. 534 to 422. Mari. Tetris for Scuti. And Tetris Knight, stay exactly. That is the way. That's the way to be. If you're not toxic, then what are you anymore? Legally, I cannot say that if I want to keep... I cannot comment if I would like to keep my job. 625 for Scuti, 474 for Knight. Scuti, 92% Tetris rate. I'm not a pace statistics guy, so I don't know how many burns he's taken, but another Tetris down for Scuti. Can get 2 more Tetrises here. Could get close to a 700. 672, and it's going to be a 696 transition for Scuti, and that's what it's going to be, 696. Knight, 525. So 170,000 point lead here for Scuti, but half the story is over. Well, at least half the story is over. Potentially a third of the story is over. Level 19 and beyond means that every 10 lines, the level changes, as well as the amount of points you get per line clear in Tetris. It increases every 10 lines per level, which means that gaps like 100, 150,000, all that, they become worth, they get worth a little bit less in terms of Tetrises the farther you go on, which can make chase downs and chasing down a leader a bit more achievable as you go on, but Knight would have to hold on for that, and so far she is. Building and staying comfortable at column 8. Scuti, meanwhile, just continuing to build on the left to the right. Tetris get another Tetris for Scuti there. 813 for Scuti, 671 for Knight. Knight's looking for that bar in the center. Holding out for that bar in the center. Takes the triple. But a pretty extensive drought here. Knight finally gets the bar for the Tetris. Scuti has to cover the left side here, as he's got a left well set up. Gets it dug back down here. Bar in column 2 to open it back up, and bar over for the left well Tetris, which Scuti looks to be sticking with here. Tetris for Knight. 885 for Scuti, level 24. 787 for Knight, who's starting to catch up here, now within 4 Tetrises. It opens back up column 9, gets a Tetris. Going up to 823. And it's been a good fight back here from Knight so far. Within 140,000 of Scuti, 4 Tetrises and change here. So the amount of Tetrises Knight needs has gone down here, but Scuti is continuing to pile on the pressure here. Max out in 26 for Scuti. A01 to Knight's 892. And another Tetris for Scuti here, and another back-to-back for Scuti. B05 now for Scuti, 931 for Knight, as Scuti is 10 lines, both players now 10 lines away from level 29 transition. Where we're gonna go see, we're gonna have speeds increase to the point where that level 29 transition was formerly called the kill screen. Still is, at least if you're a DAS player, but Knight goes in at 9 at 91, Scuti B81, and gets another Tetris down there. For a second, you thought you said a brain rot word when you said Scuti. Which one? What, Skibbity? Or is there a different brain rot word that I'm about to discover here? Knight has a max out here. Level 31 is 8 lines ahead of Scuti, who gets another Tetris here. C78 for Scuti, A61 for Knight. Knight gets another Tetris, but has some holes in column 4 to deal with. Tetris for Skibbity. Oh boy. I can't wait for someone to, like, come into the community, be literally called Skibbity, so we have to do that. Or change their name. DO5 now for Scuti, B18 for Knight. Tetris for Scuti. Aggression not slowing down here. 5 Tetrises ahead now of Knight. Another Tetris for Scuti. Gets back over with a perfect well transfer to the right-hand side. Gonna take a couple burns here. Fills in the long bar dependency. Has a Z dependency. Fills it in with the T. Gets another Tetris down. Scuti's playing 29. How I play level 18. Granted, I do play DAS, so cut me a bit of slack, but still. Scuti is Tetris ready, covers the well, gets it back open. Knight's not giving up. Tetris again for Scuti. F07 to Knight's C80. 5 Tetris lead here for Scuti. Another Tetris for Knight, but a couple of misdrops there. Hang of that J piece. And Knight needs a bar now in column 7. Has to cover with a T. Does get the Z over for a burn, but can't get the L all the way over. Nice 5-tap of that bar. And Knight's still alive here. But Scuti is just not relenting at all. Rollover for Scuti. Knight's on D46. Can't do much more than that. Valiant effort, though. Knight tops out at D48. Scuti is on 1.676 million. Has already rolled over. And gets into 39 with 1.72. And that is an unbelievable game 1 for Blue Scuti. GG's to both players, though. What an effort. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we also have the Matchery note. Gonna shout that out again. At the end of the season, the best players from this season that get the farthest will get a piece of the prize pool. If you want to contribute to that, we're currently at $200. You can follow that link. And help out not only CTL, but help out the players as well. The CTL seasons, they are quite long. And the players put in a huge amount of effort, huge amount of competitiveness, and put on some classic matches for you guys. And it's always nice to have a reward for that. So that's what the prize pool is for, and it is great. Solid start here for both players. They did have to burn a little bit to begin. They have recovered from that well. Scuti is gonna cover the well here briefly, but gets it back open. Is Tetris ready? Has a T-spin set up. Ooh, nice J-tuck there. Scuti will have to do some burning, but should be fine, should be comfortable. Knight has a double well set up. Gonna use a T and an L to get Tetris ready there with some skims. Lead is with Knight so far on 102. Scuti 85. As he has had to do some cleanup here, but has the well back open. Just needs the bar now, and there it is. Tetris for Scuti. Bit of a drought here for Scuti. Is a little bit on the higher side in terms of the board height, and this drought won't let up here. 34 pieces, but Scuti hangs on, still gets that bar over for the Tetris. Knight with the T-spin there. Oh, and the capture froze for a second, but it's fine. Nice, dirty center well Tetris there for Knight. And Tetris as well for Scuti. And Tetris for Knight. 208 for Knight, 190 for Scuti. Pretty close game so far. Knight has a couple of tuck setups that she could do here. Nice skim there with that T. And it looks like she'll go for a column 2 well now. And Knight gets the bar over for a Tetris. Scuti's Tetris ready with that placement of the bar. Nice last second adjustment of that J piece. Oh, and another adjustment there of that bar, but couldn't get much else over. So we'll have to do more cleanup. Nice skim with that placement of the Bar, and a left well dirty Tetris for Scuti. Knight still leading so far, 310 to Scuti's 272. So ahead by about a Tetris and a half here, but now Knight will have to do a little bit of cleaning up of her own. But Scuti's board has just been awkward here for the majority of this game so far. And we'll need a bar over to the left here. He's going to take a couple of burns. Reset, wait again. There's the bar over. Dirty left wall Tetris for Scuti. Still has some holes in the stack, but is getting them cleared away one by one. Tetris for Knight. And that's the thing. Scuti's board has been very rough, but the seed has been unforgiving to both players, as Knight hasn't really had the opportunity to capitalize on that. Is only ahead by 2.5 Tetrises here. And that's because both players have had to dig through this board. It's been a very unforgiving seed so far, but both players have done very well to recover. 418 for Knight, 361 for Scuti. Level 19 transition is coming up in about 10 to 15 lines for both these players here. And it's another drought brewing. Scuti gets the long bar for a Tetris. And so will Knight. And now both players are one Tetris away, and Scuti will go into level 19 with a clean board and 410. Knight goes in at 471, which, considering how that board was at some points for both players, very respectable scores going in. Tetris again for Knight. Tetris for Scuti. Knight misses the T-spin there, but she will still get another Tetris here. Yes, I believe so, Travis. Tetris again for Scuti. Knight has to cover the center well that she built here. But we'll get it open with that square. Bar down the center, Tetris for Knight. Scuti's taking the lead now, 618, now 646 with that Tetris, 590 for Knight. So now a 2 Tetris lead here for Scuti. He gets another Tetris, and it looks like finally has found his groove in this game through no fault of his own. That board was awkward, but it looks like everything is sort of working out for him now, so he can try and extend this lead out as Knight has to dig. Scuti is Tetris ready. And bar over Tetris for Scuti. We'll have to burn there with that rotation of the L piece, but bar over again, Tetris for Scuti. Knight has a column 8 will get the Tetris. 767 to 660. Scuti now has about a 100,000 point lead and gets another Tetris down. Knight has a dirty center well 3 rows high, gets another Tetris. Good morning, Evesy. Scuti fills in the double well with the bar and gets the bar over. Tetris for Scuti. And Tetris as well for Knight. Both players now with clean boards. A nice T-tuck there for Scuti. Tetris for Knight. Tetris for Scuti. 937 for Scuti. 768 for Knight. Scuti will have to do a bit of cleanup here again. And now level 29 transition is coming up. Knight gets another center well Tetris down there. 4 Tetris gap in favor of Scuti. Tetris for Knight. Well transferred back over to the right. There is no current queue. This is the only match of the night. We did have 2, but unfortunately, Tetris Time is ill and had to cancel, so that's fine. And I wish him good health. Max out for Scuti, A38, level 30. Mike goes into level 29 at 954. Gets a Tetris to go up to 990. And last time it was 29 play and the post play that Scuti surged ahead. We'll see if it's going to be the same story this time or if Knight can rewrite it. Is Knight's Tetris ready here? So is Scuti. Tetris for both players here. B38 for Scuti, B50 or A53 for Knight, excuse me. Usually I just say the score when doing CTL because it shows it on NTC, but I've learned that it can be quite a mouthful to say, for example, 1,108 and 29 beyond is speeds where you gotta commentate quickly, so I suppose that's why I'm just doing letters now. C42 now for Scuti, B19 for Knight. Scuti is Tetris ready, gets another Tetris down. Knight has something in the center built here, but we'll have to get the right back open. Let's get the right back open. Nice skim with the T. Almost has a long bar dependency, which Knight fills in. Scuti, Tetris ready again. Gonna take a double. Still remaining Tetris ready here. Misdrop of the T, but we'll still get the bar over for a Tetris. Now can work on cleaning that up. Knight gets the well back open. Bar over Tetris for Knight. E40 or E33 for Scuti. C35 for Knight. 246,000. Hex score is just easier to get off on. Yeah, exactly. That's welcome to the AdamIrish experience, Summer. I will go off topic on 29. Knight's in trouble here. And Knight can't do much more than that. Simul top out for both players. Scuti gets F42. Knight gets C99. So Scuti will take game number 2 here. GG's. Let's get it counted down for game 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. S and O to start off. Also, update in terms of me. I was waiting about a month and a half for it, but I finally got my adapter for my controller so I can plug it into my PC and use an NES controller while playing. So far, it's been pretty good. I would say that DAS controls at least. I would say it's easier using an actual NES controller rather than just like, because I've been using a PS5 controller this entire time to play Tetris, and it was tough. Do I not have a console? I do not. I am planning on getting one when I move, but currently I do not because it is almost impossible to get things in the Isle of Man. Case in point, I waited almost 2 months to get this adapter. Tetris for Scuti. And another Tetris for Scuti there. 117 to 52 for Knight. Use PS4 controller in the beginning. Well, at first I used an Xbox Series controller. Then the D-pad on that was just like too flat for me to be able to reliably use, so I switched to a PS5 controller because it felt a bit more sort of authentic in terms of the D-pad. And I've been doing that for about 8 months. But yeah, I finally have that adapter so now I can use an NES controller. Yeah, upside down. I've tried upside down grip PS. It's rough. But I will say this. If you do not have an NES controller and you're wanting to get into Tetris and you don't want to use a keyboard, PS5 controllers aren't the worst thing to use in the world. Like, you could probably get away with just using a cheap imitation USB NES controller, but if you just have like a game console, like PlayStation controllers aren't too bad to use. They at least have that slightly mushy D-pad so at least you can kind of get a feel for it. So I would recommend, but not for long term. Not absolutely not long term. 305 for Scuti, 245 for Knight. The latency with the retro USB adapter feels nice. Yeah, it feels a lot more responsive compared to just like standard USB or just standard like using a normal USB controller. It feels more responsive. Things like tucks and adjustments feel like they're easier. Most of it's probably placebo, but I don't care. 353 for Scuti, 294 for Knight. Players with a solid start here. Ooh. Not sure if that was intentional there for Knight. We'll have to do some tucks and adjustments here to reorientate the board. Maybe don't use PS controller with rollover grinding. Yeah, I would say that's a suboptimal. Suboptimal, I would say. I wouldn't roll on a DualSense controller. I'll say that much. Can you even roll on a? I'm sure you can technically, but like, how would you grip it? That's my question. Yeah, the SZ tower from both players here. Knight's in a bit of trouble. Knight needs a bar. She does get a bar and a T-piece. And bar over for Tetris. Knight saved by the bell there. Scuti has the board cleaned up as well. 455 for Scuti, 383 for Knight. I mean, that being said, the thing is, I was gonna do a stream today where I was gonna like try out rolling for the first time with that controller, but some kid stole my gloves on the bus because I have one pair of gloves and they got stolen today, so I have to go get new gloves tomorrow, which I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get gloves that are gonna be good to roll with, because the Isle of Man is just so deprived of things that I can't order like the standard gloves that everyone uses because they don't ship here. If I was to use a third-party company to ship them here, then it would cost me a fortune for gloves. So I'll just buy some, I guess. Yeah, Isle of Deprived Man. Exactly. Scuti goes into 19 here, 540 to Knight's 447. What kind of weirdo steals gloves? People in the Isle of Man, I guess. It was some kid. So I guess I'm guessing they just stole it to steal it. Probably. I mean, I don't really care, but it's a bit of a bummer. Because I was going to use those gloves to roll with, but it's fine. 607 Scuti, 487 for Knight. Knight has a column 7 well open. Scuti with nice S-spin there. Setting up another. We're going to tuck the J instead. That sets up a Tetris for Scuti. Knight's just not getting this bar. Takes a triple. And while she's not getting the bar, she is surviving very well here. Finally gets the triple and now can transfer the well back over, providing she gets a J or a long bar. Gets the long bar. But Scuti commanding lead here. 165,000 points in lead. 5 Tetrises. Now 6 with that Tetris. Isle of Man can have high-speed internet, but rolling gloves are... Yeah, no, literally. Like, we have gigabit fiber here. But we cannot ship anything. Like, Amazon refuses to, like, deliver anything here. The only gloves I can find on Amazon are, like, either way too expensive, only come in one pair, or they're not, like, suitable for rolling at all. Like, they're way too grippy. So, it's rough. I cannot wait to get out of here. Like, it's a nice place. Do not get me wrong. It's a very nice place. And, like, if it had more amenities, I would absolutely live my life here, but no. Absolutely not. Scuti, 165,000 points ahead. 872 to Knight, 706. Level 26 for each player here. Use lotion. I would prefer to use gloves. I would prefer gloves. Personally. Have you looked at coating the rolling surface with? I don't know if it's a thing either. I've never rolled in my life. I have never rolled in my entire life. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what the best setup is for it. But yeah. My idea was to like have a stream where like I have some grandmaster on and like has to teach me rolling like I'm a 5-year-old. I think that'd be a funny stream. That goes into 29 here. 9:21 max out into 29 for Scuti. A07. Yeah, that's my concern, Era. The gunk. Do not like gunk. Hello, Chen. Welcome in. Scuti's on 892. Knight's on 989. Oh, Scuti gets the bar over. Is digging this down. Could use an S piece. Gonna put a J over. Scuti is... Oh no! Scuti tops out at B00. Knight, you need B01. 1.101. Can Knight deliver the first game defeat of Scuti's season? Needs 49,000 points. She will need to chase this down to stay alive. Is within now a Tetris and change here. Now within one Tetris. Knight can just line this out. She has plenty of time. And I think that's what she's gonna do. Level 35, half a Tetris away. Needs B01. Now within just under 10,000 points. Level 36. 4,000. 3 more lines. That split double will do it. And Knight is going to take game number 3. Scuti will drop his first game of the season. GG's, and great chase down there by Knight. I think she will finish this out. Will she get 39? Yes, she will. C71 and 5 lines in. GG's. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. How do we verify it? We don't. We just have to trust that Tyler will eat the ketchup packet. I mean, would Tyler, would the 3-time best restreamer Tyler Tetris ever lie? Come on, I don't think his credibility in the Tetris restreaming scene has proven that Tyler would lie to people about eating ketchup. Because why would he lie? He loves ketchup. He adores the thing. Why would he lie about why would he not eat ketchup? Like, as a fellow 3-time best restreamer, I have the seal of approval that he eats ketchup. Also, I deeply apologize if any of you are sensitive to flashing lights or like flashing colors because of Knight's color thing. I can only apologize. I'm slightly sensitive to it myself. I'm not like epileptic or anything, but it does irritate my eyes. But it's fine. It's not Knight's fault or anything. If Adam does the Irish accent, will Knight take a second game? I'm not going to test that theory. I'm not testing it. I made a vow that I wasn't going to do it anymore. Tetris for Scuti. They're almost a perfect clear. Scuti leads 144 to Knight's 121. Briefly exactly a Tetris lead there. I mean, I will say, maybe you could change my mind. maybe the chat could change my mind if we have some Maturino contributions fly in. You made the best player in the world at time top out. I mean, that in my defense, okay? In my defense, that was the first time I did it. And everyone, like, went hysteric over it, apparently. Even Fractal did. He topped out on 19 because of it. Well, I like to say that, like, it was a rough board. It probably wasn't just because of the voice, even though he was laughing. But I would like to say it and claim that I caused Fractal to top out. So, that's why I claim it. Nice try. What, do you not like the players, Evesy? Come on now. I like the players. Can I do a Scottish accent? Ask 7-Page Wilson, not me. I am not 7-Page Wilson, so I'm not Scottish. So I only do a Scottish accent if I'm restreaming a Wilson match and he's getting on if he gets on my nerves. Then I'll be like, let's do some Tetris. I'm from Scotland. Then I'll do that accent. But other than that, no. 267 Scuti, 259 for Knight. I'm Knight. Keep your composure, girl. Come on. No. You are not allowed to laugh. Laughing is not allowed. It's forbidden. And Tack with a $50 contribution. $50. Thank you so much. I'll do the accent just this once. For the $50 contribution to the project. Just this once, I'll bring it back. It's level 18. So it's not going to, hopefully, be too consequential. As Blue Scuti is getting the Tetris ready. I haven't done that in a while. 19-piece drought. Where is it? Knight will get a Tetris. And Scuti's still waiting. There it is. There's the Tetris. You refuse to believe Scottish accent's real? Neither do I. I think Wilson's just putting it on. Like, no, people cannot speak like that. No, please take the full credit. I will. I will gladly take the full credit for it. I, the AdamIrish experience, caused the at the time best player in the world to top out. I'm not going to explain the context to anyone, but I can use that to brag. I defeated Fractal. That was more an Irish accent. Yes, that's... You missed... Cryo, you missed the context. I said if people contributed to the Maturino, I would do an Irish accent. Someone donated 50, so that's what I did. Was that... Oh my god, people just ignoring content. The internet nowadays has a 5-second memory. People are begging, oh, Adam, please bring back the Irish accent. Please do it. And then when I finally do, people are like, oh, I thought you were doing a Scottish accent. Come on, Twitch. Knight goes into level 19, 448. Scuti, 477. When Wilson gets home, does he go back to talking? Or they're like, yeah, he just develops like a normal accent. Did he sound like Gordon Ramsay? No, Gordon Ramsay doesn't even sound Scottish. That's the thing. He's like, he doesn't have a Scottish accent at all. Really. I think he probably used to, but just sounds like a normal British guy. 574 Scuti, 527 for Knight. You're not a professional. Okay, I'm not a professional either, believe me. It's not like I do impersonations for money. God, who would ever pay? Oh, wait, someone paid $50 for the hear one. Never mind, maybe I am. For 50 subs, Adam will dress like a leprechaun at CTWC. I was going to do that anyway. You don't need to pay me a cent for that. I will do that anyway. But the subs would help. Nice fits from Knight. Tetris for Scuti, 715. Knight, 593. You studied accents, both sound really good. Well, I'm Irish, so you would hope that my Irish accent isn't awful. Granted, it's not great because I don't really have an accent that much, but... it is what it is. Level 24 here. Scuti is still leading strong by 140,000 points. 4.5 Tetrises, but Knight sticking in it. Yes, I do plan on being at CTWC this year. Also planning on going to a bunch of other events. CTUK I'm planning on. C2WC DAS I'm planning on. Maybe Jonas Cup and maybe Wars Live. Maybe. If I can fit it in. Level 26 for both players here. Scuti surging 938 to Knight 796. Only real ones remember Adam American. No, like I can't escape that. People at work call me American. Like I've been called American since I was probably about 5 or 6 years old. Because that's when I first, like, I've always had this voice. Like, sometimes people think I'm putting on the voice or I'm faking it. No, this is my voice. This is how I sound. I lived in Ireland for 19 years, by the way. Never developed that much of a strong accent once. Knight goes into level 28. Max out for Scuti now on A77. American. Exactly, Evesy. The crossover will be legendary. I mean, I'm moving to the UK in April, so there'll probably be crossovers before then, I would imagine. Both players now in 29. Scuti's on B25, Knight 953. Both players with clean boards at the moment. Knight takes a nice double there. Scuti's Tetris ready. Tetris for Knight. Tetris for Scuti. I don't think that was a Tetris. Where am I moving to? Manchester. Probably. Tetris for Knight. There we go. Now that's a Tetris for Knight. You should have lived in Cork. I wouldn't want a Cork accent. I don't like the Cork accent. I prefer the Kerry accent. Dublin accent's the worst for me. I don't like a Dublin accent. Like a pure, like, Dublin accent. Not like the posh, like, posh Dublin accent's fine, but like the pure Dublin accent, I cannot stand. You never spent time in Canada? You've heard oot and a boot and the vowel instead of out and about. Nope, never spent time in Canada. Don't have any relatives from Canada. 1.286, C86 for Scuti, B51 for Knight. Knight gets another Tetris down. That's a crucial one. Now within 2 Tetrises, but Scuti responds right back here. Yeah, like people have said I'm, like, at work, people thought I was Canadian at first. But no, I'm not Canadian at all. And I don't know anyone who is Canadian in real life. So I don't know where I got that. If there's a Canadian tinge to my voice, I don't know where I got it from. Tetris for Knight. What are you talking about, eh? Oh, Knight's in a bit of trouble here. E85 for Scuti. C76 for Knight here. Scuti's ahead by 4.5 Tetrises. Knight is running out of time here. And Scuti's not slowing down. Another Tetris there to go up to F44. And Knight's done, gets to 39, tops out at D88. Scuti rolls over, still going strong on 39, survived for quite a while there. 1.614 million, and Scuti is going to take game number 4. So the match ends with a score of 3-1 in favor of Blue Scuti.
Of 12,409,000. Welcome in, Blue Scuti. And his opponent on the right. Gentlemen, I'll get to be saying hi to in about a little less than 2 weeks. Rolling out of the United States with a PB of 2,433,000. Welcome in, Tetris time. And Scuti will get the last of his Tetrises before having to clean up that row 1. Or maybe, never mind. Maybe he'll just play 1 row up. We'll little bit of LATAM internet action going on here. It's fine, though. Nothing wrong. Ooh, missing a spin there. So Scuti definitely going to go into a little bit of... No, Scuti going to play 2 rows up. Another Tetris for Scuti. Also, Gilded Lizard, thanks for the 3, 2, 1 countdown bits. Small drought there, but you can see Tetris Time's board, not the greatest. Hoping this internet holds up here. It's good right now, but every once in a while it's kind of like stutters. And you can tell it's the internet because you can see the camera does the same thing. Another drought coming in, and this is a bit of an aggressive play from Tetris Time, but he is going to get most of that cleaned out. This is not a Tetris. Well, that is not a good hang. That is a good tuck, though. And Tetris Time will recover from that, but both players kind of with some jacked up boards at the moment. Nice line spin there for Scuti, but that's just going to create a pentomino negative hole there. Oh, this is bad. Oh, dirty Tetris for Tetris Time. This is laughing at that one. It's a line I've used before, and I'll probably use again. He's not called triple time or burn time. Although is having to do some burns here. It's currently down by 61,000 as Scuti gets things under control on his side. Oh boy. There's the bar. Bang Tetris. Big head nod. Thought for sure he's going to go for another one, but it's just going to go ahead and try to open up this already set up Tetris well in column 9. Which is what seemed to have gotten him in the issue he's in the first place. Oh, that was a great burn. Seeing that the next piece would get him out of it, gets that dirty Tetris. 312 for Scuti, 240 for Tetris Time. Tetris Time is ahead by 9 lines at the moment, but has gotten this down to 1 row up. And it's going to take it all the way to the bottom. And back over to the right as well. So, bit of a pace that may be associated with a certain blue-haired player. Not Mari, the other blue-haired player. Tetris for Tetris Time. Scuti ahead by 153,000 points. We're approaching level 19. Good tucks there for Tetris Time. But we're entering a drought here, and oh dear, this board is horrible. Gets it under control, though, and waits long enough to get that long bar. Scuti now suffering that same drought. Tetris for Tetris Time. And there's a Tetris for Scuti. 1 Tetris remaining for Tetris Time. 3 available, now 2 for Scuti. There's a Tetris for Tetris Time. 329. Transition into 19. And Scuti's Tetris will give him 525. A 196,000 point lead at the level 19 transition. Suffice it to say, Tetris Time has a lot of work to do here. See what he can pull off. Another Tetris. Seems to have turned it on here on 19 speeds. Just sometimes something that can happen. Tetris for Scuti. No Q for you, Tyler. Scuti having to do some burns here, but gets the right side open. But Tetris Time will continue scoring here. Has got the lead about half from what it was at transition. Simul Tetris. Scuti with another Tetris. There's one for Tetris Time. Long bar dependency. Oh, that was a bit of a hole for Scuti in column 4. And that T was not the right piece to try to burn with, so now 2 rows off the bottom. But still looking to go aggressive. Has a 95,000 point lead. Both players will score a Tetris there. Level 24 for Tetris Time. Another Tetris. Tetris Time is catching up. 838 for Scuti, 772 for Tea Time. Tetris Time is ahead in lines, but has got the lead under 100,000 points. Pace lead probably around 120 at this point. Certainly a far cry from the 190 earlier. Another Tetris for both players. What is Tetris Time wearing? A shirt that says, I think, consider your pants peed with a big cat on it? Some kind of cat meme, I'm sure. Scuti gonna burn into a 99900, and then we'll get the max out with the next burn. Tetris for both players. Level 29 coming up for Tetris Time here. Needs to get this board under control. Oh, the double flip is not how you do it. Oh, no. Well, level 29 just got spicy for Tetris Time and possibly short. But no, he gets pieces around. 931. Scuti already with a B. Will triple in at 1,149,000. That is a back to a 200,000 point lead for Blue Scuti. Tetris for Tetris Time. Sold out the board a little bit, but it does have room to burn this out. Level 31. Tetris Time will try to get this to the bottom as Scuti is set up for a Tetris. Nice burn there for Scuti. Wow. Good pieces for that, too. Another Tetris for Scuti. He's up by 250,000 points. Another Tetris. Scuti 1.3. Meanwhile, Tetris Time's like, where's my bar? Finally gets a bar. He's at 1,068,000. And this board's going to fall apart. That's going to be it. Tetris Time is done, and Blue Scuti can take game number 1. Yeah, Tetris Time had a 320-something transition. Like 328, I think. Still maxed the game out. Casual rollover for Blue Scuti here in the Mullen. This has got 1.8 potential.